morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. And we begin with a 14-year-old from San Diego, California, now the youngest player to sign a Major League Soccer contract. Alex K. just inked a deal with Real Salt Lake at the age of 14 years, 15 days. That breaks the record formerly held by DC United's Freddie Adu by 153 days. K is a 6'4" forward who was born on the Ivory Coast before moving to Brazil and then California, where he spent 3 years playing for the LA Galaxy's San Diego Youth Soccer Club. It didn't take long for him to find the soccer spotlight. Last fall, Alex became the youngest professional athlete in U.S. history when he subbed into an October game for the lower division Real Monarchs. He was only 13 years, 8 months, and 9 days old at the time. A warning from U.S. Airlines about coast-to-coast chaos was apparently heard loud and clear. At issue was today's planned rollout by AT&T and Verizon of ultra-fast 5G technology, something aviation experts believe will mess with a plane's ability to measure altitude. CEOs of United, Delta, American, and Southwest sent an urgent letter to government officials this week, essentially begging them to ban the new service within 2 miles of airports. Yesterday, just hours before 5G made its debut, the phone carriers agreed to keep some towers off, at least for the moment. That's good news for flyers, as the airlines said they'd have no choice but to immediately ground thousands of flights, potentially leaving millions of passengers high and dry. AT&T puts the blame for the technology showdown squarely on the aviation industry, which it says had 2 years to get ready for 5G, but didn't. Those highly coveted at-home COVID tests are now available for free with the click of a mouse. The U.S. government opened its promised covidtest.gov portal yesterday, a day early, to all households. Each address can order 4, with shipping expected to start at the end of the month. Overseas, meantime, with the Winter Olympics now just 2 weeks away, host country China is making it clear it wants a zero COVID event. In the name of safety, tickets will not be sold to the general public. The game's organizers have instead selected a limited number of locals who will get access. This means international spectators are out of luck and might as well cancel their flights. As for those fortunate enough to get inside the venues, another new rule: no cheering. Instead, both the athletes and fans will be asked to limit their excitement and any other emotion to clapping. The games start on February 4th. If COVID's taught us anything, it's that there are a lot of things floating in the air that we didn't know about, and one of them might be the ticket to saving endangered animals. Scientists have just discovered that all creatures leave invisible traces of their DNA wherever they go. And that, the publication Current Biology says, presents a new way of detecting wildlife. A new device can suck up the DNA-filled air and run it through a database to identify what kind of animals may have passed through a certain ecosystem. One ecologist believes this technology may be especially useful in tropical forests and other biodiverse places where it's harder to physically spot every creature or critter, thereby helping conservationists determine where best to focus their energies. Let's hear it for the moms. First, there's 37-year-old Kira D'Amato, who just set a new American record in the marathon. Kira took 8 years off from running to get married and have kids, only to come back and win Sunday's race in Houston with a jaw-dropping time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds, breaking a U.S. record that stood since 2006. And then there's the matriarch of pro football players, Jason and Travis Kells, who somehow made it to both of her boys' playoff games Sunday, even though they were on the same day in 2 different states. Donna started out in Florida, where she watched Jason and his Eagles fall to the Buccaneers, after which she raced to the airport to catch a flight to Missouri, just in time to watch Travis and his Chiefs beat the Steelers. The icing on the cake? She even surprised Travis with a question in the post-game press conference. In other KidNuz notes, the biggest known asteroid, which is bigger than any building on Earth, whizzed by us at 43,000 miles per hour yesterday. 1994 PC-1 is one of 885 space objects that are surprisingly big and potentially hazardous. This one was not. It stayed 1.2 million miles away. And a massive black diamond believed to have jettisoned to Earth from space is about to hit the auction blocks. The 555-carat Enigma is 1 billion years old, among the largest and strongest diamonds in the world. Before its sale, the giant gem is hopscotching around the globe to drum up interest. That's it for Kid News. Now today's Kid News quiz. How old is the youngest soccer player ever signed to a major league contract? Alex K. is 14. Airlines believe what technology will interfere with their instruments? 5G. What is now available free of charge? At-home COVID test kits. How big is the Enigma space diamond? 555 carats. In today's Kid News Kicker, it was no figment of the imagination. The line to get a popcorn bucket with the purple dragon Epcot uses as a mascot really did stretch for 7 long hours last Friday. Disney limited the $25 tchotchke to 2 per person. They're now selling on eBay for $200. Before we head out for the day, we want to shout out our teachers and their classrooms, starting with Ms. Jackson at Torrey Hills in San Diego, California, Ms. Flanagan and her go-getters at Gilbert Global in Gilbert, Arizona, to New York for Ms. Cucarese at Tecumseh Elementary in Farmingville, and Ms. Olson at Frankfurt Schuler in Frankfort, and Mrs. Dula at Galva Elementary in Galva, Iowa. Thanks for listening, everyone. Teachers, keep an eye out for our January critical thinking worksheet, The Noodler. It'll be arriving in your inbox and up on our website any day now. And we'll see you all back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.